Planning a wedding ceremony in Italy can be really complicated. Here's how to make sure that you get it right. Ciao, I'm Lucy. I plan Italian weddings and I'm also the founder of Lista.com. Our mission at La Lista is to give you really transparent, clear planning advice so that your Italian wedding planning is hassle-free. This episode is going to be all about the different ceremonies that you can have at your wedding and how to choose the right one for you. When you're getting legally married in Italy or you're having a religious wedding, to make sure that it goes ahead, you literally cannot put a foot wrong. The Italians are really strict about this, so we really want to make sure that you get this right first time. And I just want to give you a heads up that in our shop you can find downloads that help you do this. So if you're having a civil wedding and you're from almost any country in the world, or you're having a Catholic wedding, you can head to our shop and you will find a download that will give you the exact steps that you need to go through to make sure that your paperwork is correct and you can have your Italian wedding. Okay, so there's typically 3 types of ceremony. The first one is a symbolic. So this is where perhaps you've already got legally married and you're heading over to Italy to have your actual wedding and celebrate it in front of everybody. Here at a symbolic wedding, you can literally have whatever you want. So a friend or family member could be your celebrant, or you could have a professional celebrant take the role. They will take you through your ceremony, and again, that can be anything you want. So I've seen amazing symbolic ceremonies where people have told stories about the couple, they've had various readings, all sorts of things can happen, and these ceremonies can just be such joy because they're so personal to each couple. They also offer the opportunity for you to blend in any cultural influences or religions that you maybe have in your heritage or in your family. So I've seen this quite a few times. People have brought in Persian elements, Jewish elements, all into the ceremony. So it's a really nice, flexible type of ceremony that allows you to kind of bring anything in that you like, and it makes it really special and personal. These types of ceremonies typically take place at your wedding villa, so everything is all in one place. Then there's a civil wedding. This is literally where you legally get married in front of everybody. So this is all with the Italian authorities. There's a bunch of paperwork to do beforehand, and as you sign that certificate during the ceremony, you are legally getting married. And then there's a Catholic ceremony. So this is obviously a religious ceremony. Catholicism is the religion of Italy. If you want to get married in an Italian church, this is the type of ceremony that you're going to have. This can be a blessing. So you may have already had your civil wedding at home. If you have, this needs to be 6 months before the Catholic wedding in Italy. Or you can legally get married in the moment in the church in Italy as well. But this is a little bit more complicated, and I'd actually advise against it because of how complicated it is. So let's break down some of the things that you may need to do to have each of these weddings. First one, a civil ceremony. So there's paperwork to do at home and in Italy. So each country will have slightly different rules as to the paperwork that's needed by the Italian authorities. There is a cost to having a civil ceremony as well. So you have to pay the town hall of the area that you're getting married in. You also have to pay for your paperwork at home, and you have to pay for some paperwork steps in Italy. Every town hall has a different price, which is super helpful, but it means that on average, you're probably spending about €1,000 to have a civil ceremony. Another consideration is the actual town hall or venue that you choose to have your civil ceremony in. All town halls can host civil ceremonies, but not all venues can. Venues have to have a relationship with their local town hall to be granted the authority to be able to do a civil ceremony. So if it's really important to you that you're having a civil ceremony, then you really need to consider this at the point of booking your venue. The civil ceremony also has a really fixed order of service. There's a strict order that you have to go through. There are some places that you can personalise it, but it's very strict, and it also has certain promises that you make to each other. So I would advise that before you actually go down this route, you check what they are, because obviously you're literally going to be promising them to each other in front of everybody. And the final consideration is that you have to attend a declaration in Italy. So about 2 days before your actual wedding, you'll need to go to the town hall with someone that speaks Italian. So usually your planner handles this for you, and they take you through the declaration with the town hall representative. At this point, you're going through all of your paperwork and you're basically signing to say that you are you. And that's that. Okay, so the Catholic Church considerations. There is obviously a cost to getting married in a church, so you make a donation to the church itself. Then you need to bring in a priest that speaks the language that you speak, so an English-speaking priest, for example, from another church or from your home country may come in to do your ceremony. You often have to pay for them to get there, and you also have to make a donation to their church as well. Because the church is probably going to be off-site from your actual wedding venue, there's going to be more transport considerations, so you're probably going to be moving people around a bit more, and you should factor that into your budget. There can be church rules to abide by. Churches can be strict on what people wear, where they sit, what the music is, how the ceremony goes and what the length of the ceremony is, and even what decorations you can have and whether you can burn candles. Some of the churches are so old that the candle smoke can actually really damage them, and they limit the amount of candles that you can have on during your ceremony. With a symbolic ceremony, there isn't actually that much to think about. The main consideration is who is going to be your celebrant, but you're really quite free to think about that and work that out. I guess the one thing I get asked the most about a symbolic ceremony is if it's going to feel really like it's your wedding, and I would say absolutely, definitely it will, because you're there at your wedding that you have planned and thought about for such a long time. All of your guests are there. You're in your wedding dress. It will 100% feel like your main wedding. So that's it, a quick rundown of the 3 typical types of ceremonies that you have at Italian weddings and some of the considerations to think about when you are deciding which one to go for. Thank you for being with me today. If you really enjoyed this video, just drop me a little comment below. Let me know any questions that you have, or if you have any feedback on this video. If you're feeling really generous, why not hit subscribe and help me reach even more couples that are planning their Italian weddings. Thank you. I'll see you next time.